Welcome to part 6 of Azerothcore. We're installing the Transmog vendor. This Transmog vendor is a module that will allow you to transmog any item you want, including, as you just saw, legendary items like Thunder Fury. Now, this is going to be sort of a 2-in-1 tutorial because not only am I going to show you how to install Transmog, but we're also going to show how to create a brand new character from scratch and then bring him to level 60 and get him up to speed, ready to go for dungeons and raids. Okay, here we go. I'm going to assume that you followed my first guide and you got everything set up and your server's running. So let's open up a command window here in Windows, and we're going to SSH to the Linux server. And we're going to get this installed and running. Okay, so you want to stop the server if it's running. We're going to change directory to this, your modules folder, and then we're going to git clone the Azerothcore Transmog module. Okay. And then we got to copy these SQL files or SQL files, whatever you want to call it. And then you got to build. So you just type the word build as long as you followed my guide on that. And we'll come back here, I think. Looks like compiling is about to finish here. Took longer than I expected. Okay. Now that it's finished, we have to copy the config over. And here's that line right there. Let's clear the screen. Okay. Now, we can modify the config just like that, or we can make it a little bit easier by adding an alias, which we've done to a lot of things. So let's do the alias. This is going to be the alias line right here. I'm going to scroll down, and I'll put the alias right about here. Right-click, paste it in. Now we have an alias that's going to lead to our config file, just like that. I'm going to save it. Source /rc here. Now, anytime I just type the word TM in Linux, the transmog config file pops up. Okay, I have some notes here I'll link in the description, and you can read this if you want. There's a few things about this module. It's a little strange, but like for instance, by default it charges you gold to transmog. If you like that, you can leave it, or you can fix it. No, there's two different interfaces. There's vendor interface, and then like a list of items interface. With the vendor interface, if you change this to a 1, you can hold control and click items, and it looks like a vendor UI in the game, and you can hold control and you can view items that way. If you leave this on 0, it's more like a list. I think the reason they allowed you to change that, because I think if you use the vendor interface, there's like a limit of, I think, 15 pages. So if you have a lot of transmog, apparently you can't see it all. I think you can see it all in the normal list interface. I could be wrong, I don't fully know. But for now, let's turn the vendor interface on. And here's some of the settings I like here. This scaled modifier, I don't want it to cost anything, so we'll set that to 0. We want to allow poor, common items, legendary, artifact, tradable. You can transmog tradable items, I guess. Allow mixed armor types, whatever. Okay, and then you can ignore like the level. Like if you're level 10 and you want to transmog a level 60 item, you can set these to 1 if you want. And here's some of the set stuff. Max sets. Here's the cost modifier. We'll set that to 0 as well, so that doesn't cost any gold either. Okay. I don't know what this plus is. I don't fully understand. If anybody can help me figure that out, because there's a couple commands in that plus crap that I want to do. All right, now that we got that set up, let's start the server, and we'll enter in. Okay, so we got a level 1 here. I'm set as a GM already, so hopefully you set yourself up as a GM, and then you can add an NPC. So I'm level 1 right now, but I want to make this character maxed, ready to go. So how do you do that? If you just want to jump in and max the character out and try some transmog, or maybe you don't want to actually level up, you just want to instantly get to raiding, well, this is one of the ways you can do that. First, of course, you have to be a GM. I'm going to type .level 59. That's going to bring me to level 60. Okay. So it's always minus whatever level you are right now. And then modify money. We're going to give myself, this is 2,000 gold. Okay. Now I want to bring some hunter trainers over here because I'm level 60, but I don't have any skills or abilities, right? Now, instead of going around the world and talking to all the NPCs to get everything at level 60, you can bring them right to you when you're a GM. So let's do this command. Okay, well that's going to take a while, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hold control. There we go. Alright. Now, to delete the NPC, you just teleport it here. You type .npc space del. Delete. Okay? Hunter pet trainer, we don't really need him. Stable, we don't need that. How about weapon trainers? That's really important. Let's bring the weapon trainers to me. That way I can learn staves and thrown. And then we'll just add this one. This guy has fist weapons. Delete him. Now when you just add temp, he will temporarily remain. If you don't use temp, they'll stay there permanently. Delete that one. So we just learned guns. What is this guy? Crossbows, polearms, and two-handed swords. Cool. Alright, now some glyphs. I'm not going to add all these, but yeah, you can add yourself some glyphs. And you just give yourself some stuff, whatever. Pretty cool. Okay, so riding trainer, let's add that guy. Now you can find your different trainers and NPC numbers and stuff on wowhead.com. So we got apprentice training, journeyman, rider. Okay, cool. Okay, now if you want to get exalted with Argent Dawn for whatever reason, let's go to reputation. Actually, let's delete this NPC first. Okay, just gave myself exalted with Argent Dawn. Alright, what was the other one? How about Ogremar? Let's give myself exalted with Ogremar. But yeah, you have infinite things you can do. There we go, exalted. Max skill, let me show you what .max skill does. See my skills? I've got nothing in my unarmed and whatever. If you don't want to waste all your time doing that, you can just type .max skill and it maxes it all out. Now you got 300 in bows and everything's maxed out, whatever. Okay. Yeah, you have your instant, you can unlock all your raids, that's one way to do that. There's a whole bunch of other GM commands that you can do. But now, I can actually add the NPC and add a set. Let's add the NPC, which is right here. Now, you can add him in multiple places around the world. You can add him in right here, you can put him down there, whatever. So all the other players on the realm will be able to talk to this guy in Transmog. But I have no Transmog so far. I have no items, really. So let's give myself a set here. How about Giant Stalker? So let's change this to, what's my character name? Painbow? Alright, so this is the command, Transmog, add set Painbow, and then the set. There we go, just added Giant Stalker armor. But then again, I don't really have any items on me. So we could do, let's give myself all of Crypt Stalker. So I'll do look up item, Crypt Stalker. I'll type add item. I just gotta click this once. Okay, I just gave myself all this stuff. Now I still don't think I can transmog yet. You have to actually equip it. Okay, I just equipped a bunch of Rift Stalker. Okay, now if I go to head, you can see I can transmog it to Giant Stalker by right-clicking. There we go. Now this is the vendor interface. There we go, we're gonna right-click. We'll go back to chest, right-click. And as you get items and stuff, like you'll see this window populate. All right, feet, you know, wrists and stuff, and hands. And okay, now I haven't figured out this manage sets. It's very strange. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, like it's not working right now. I don't know why. I haven't figured it out. Sometimes you can save a set and sometimes you can't. I don't know why. It's very confusing to me. If anybody figures out this system, let me know, because I have not found how to consistently save your set. But anyway, that's how you transmog. And so even though the icons are Giant Stalker, I'm actually wearing Crypt Stalker, as you see. So the interface is not exactly like Blizzard, but it does effectively work. What's cool is that you can transmog like a regular axe into a legendary item. For instance, look up item Thunder Fury. Let's do it. Add item Thunder Fury. We'll equip it, and then we'll equip this weak-ass white axe for now. And let's see if I can... Okay. I found out why I was having some difficulty with transmogging Thunder Fury. It's because you want your allow mixed weapon types set to 2 instead of 0 or 1. Full means no restrictions. You can transmog any weapon to any other weapon. So, allow mixed weapon types, and if you set that to 2, as you see right here, and you start your server up, you should be able to transmog a staff into a sword and vice versa. So that's why I have my settings the way I do. So we'll go down to main hand, and you'll see, now this is the different little menu. I turned the vendor off, so this is the other way you can see the transmog. So we'll do it to Thunder Fury. There we go. So now my Loch Dalar staff looks like Thunder Fury. You can even dual wield if you want. Dual wield Thunder Fury transmog. So I think that's about it. Have fun. Again, as I said in my text file, I don't know how to uninstall this, so proceed with caution. Okay? Bye.